Radio of Revolution from America to America and the world. Yes, and Radio Revolution, we are sending you some messages. We just got some information about the United States government using chemicals to kill its own people. No, we are not talking about the Middle East. We're not talking about South America. We're talking about the United States of America, where in Arkansas we got reports that 8 people will be executed or are in the process of being executed. And we just heard from some judges that it will be if there are dozens and dozens and perhaps hundreds of death penalty opponents at the moment protesting around the state capitol. And of course, the judge has indicated that the executions for now are not going to go on because, in the words of the judge, the state used false pretenses to obtain the drug. The drug is a chemical called bicuronium bromide, which is one of the cocktails of drugs slated to be used in the executions. Yes, friends of Radio Revolution, you are hearing exactly what it is happening in the United States of America. So for now, the execution has been blocked because, as the report indicates, there is another concern about a second chemical agent, which is the name is called midazolam. And so far right now, what the way how it looks is like the executions might start taking place from the latest debates that are being happening. Is in the state of Arkansas, and you might recall that we had a president of the United States of America who was a native of this area, and we're talking about Bill Clinton, somebody with a history, too many, a very hard and dark history of all his 8 years in power. So we will keep you informed of the developments as they will be happening, because as the people and the state are coming in masses, and actually they are opposing to this, I want you to hear something that one of the Hollywood actors, Johnny Depp, says, and he said that people suffer and they seize and it is 15 ampoules in 2.5-3 hours of utter agony and burning. This is what happens when they are killed with these chemicals. For people's egos, says the actor, for people's political ambitions, for anything under the sun. There is wrong thing to do and there is a right thing to do. The right thing must be done. Johnny Depp is calling for not to kill them. And there was a question asked to the governor from the party, the Republican Party, as Hutchinson. And let me read you what the governor of the state told to the person who was asking. There is always going to be a last minute test, but in essence, all of these have had reviews by the courts, from the state court, the federal court, the United States Supreme Court, and all of the appeals have exhausted. It has been a 20-year nightmare for the victims that have had to deal with this, and now it's time for justice to be carried out. And so I expect that to happen. But you don't know with the court review what's going on. So this is the governor indicating that they should be executed once and for all. Now, remember that we're in the midst of talking about Syrian government gassing its own people, which, of course, now we understand that the government never did it. But at the same time, here we have proofs. In the United States, people are being gassed, and you heard. You are right now hearing what is happening, because this and some of this among these 8, apparently there are some of them who are actually never committed a crime. Let's see what Lee Shore has to say. Lee Shore says there were numerous issues in the complaint. The primary issue everyone's aware of is the suspected use of midazolam, that chemical agent, and the problem associated with it in other executions, and its inability to do essentially what is prescribed to do in this case. There is other issues inside the complaint, stemming from the execution protocol and its failure to allow for multiple attorneys to witness the execution, to allow for any last-minute phone calls that need to be made if there is a problem. There is also a claim that evolving standard of decency will render this an 8th Amendment violation, based on the schedule having 8 executions in 11 days, as well as the use of midazolam. Pay attention to this information, because people still believe that the United States government is not using chemical weapons against their own people. And here we are in the midst of executing 8 people with chemical agents. Juan Gonzalez asked Damien Eccles if Damien could talk about what is it that is happening inside the prison. And this is what Damien has to say. Absolutely. Some of these guys I knew for as long as 18 years. Almost the entire time that I was on death row. Others came in later, but these are men. I try to explain to people that are, just realizing what's going on in the state, that these are not people that, I read about in newspapers or on TV or something like that. These are people that I knew on a personal everyday basis. These are people that have an IQ of 70. These are people that some of them are mentally insane. So, and end quote. So this is Damien Eccles telling us about conditions within the premise, and you can, as you can see from what he's telling us, the United States government at the state level is also gassing, killing people with chemical weapons who are even, as Damien Eccles say, mentally insane. And then he keeps talking. A couple of them are believed to be innocent. So, did you hear what he just said? A couple of them are believed to be innocent. So we are gassing, we are killing people with chemical agents who are not even guilty of anything. They are innocent. So he keeps going and he says, so there is a very good chance that if the state does force these executions through, which they are still trying to do right now, even though there is a state, they are still trying to push them through, there is a very good chance that they will be executing innocent people as well as mentally handicapped people. And he keep adding. Damien Eccles was apparently going to be also killed, and he said the following regarding his own physical situation. He said, "My vision. I started losing my vision while I was in prison for 2 reasons. One is I was in solitary confinement for the last 8 years that I was in, and I didn't see sunlight for that entire time. The other reason is because the same thing happened to people what happened to horses. Like if you put a horse in a stall and never take it out, its ability to shift its eyes focus gradually diminished over time. And the same thing happened to me. Without these glasses, I can see perhaps a couple of inches in front of my face. So, friends from Radio Revolucion, this is, you can find actually everything that is about this case, and this, the website is open. It's open to the public. It's called democracynow.org. It's right there. Go and check it out on yourself, because let me just quick read to you what another person said. This is for Rhonda Brasfield. She said, "Sure, this is just another in a long line of issues and problems with the drugs that the state is planning to use for execution. We have passed a secrecy law here in the state of Arkansas that clocks all of this in secrecy. Just this weekend, a claim from a drug manufacturing company has come in saying the state of Arkansas has obtained our drugs in an unethical, possible, illegal way, and they shouldn't have them to use for execution. So this is just another in one after another issues with these drugs and with the way the Arkansas is planning to try to carry these executions out. I think I heard in the hearing that the state is trying to equate expiration dates with, oh, we can, it is okay. So we can use the drugs after expiration dates. They're just advisory dates. So I'm wondering how far our state will go to try to kill this man, and what unethical means that we will take to do that. Friends from Radio Revolution, you can hear it very clear. There is U.S. is using chemical agents to kill its own people. So we are calling to the United Nations, we are calling to the international community to come to the United States of America and save the souls, to come to the United States of America and condemn the U.S. government act in using chemical weapons against its own inhabitants.